Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome to economics online classes. In the previous class we had discussed regarding the about rural development. In that different concept we discussed. So in the rural development first class we discussed about the concept, meaning and what is rural development and why the rural development is required. Next we studied credit and agricultural marketing in India. So why the agricultural marketing system is essential and what are the advantages behind the agricultural marketing system. Next we are going to discuss the third main topic in the rural development, that is diversification into productive activities. Diversification into productive activities. By the name itself we came to know diversification means diversifying the agricultural activities into commercial activities. Diversification of basic agricultural activity into productive activities. Earlier whatever the agro based industries, we have the industries whichever depends on the agriculture and agricultural aided activities. So convert that agro based industries into other productive manufacturing industries. Thus diversification is required in the agricultural sector for the purpose of increasing the standard of living of the people, income of the people and developing the rural areas and providing the employment opportunities to the rural people to become the self-employers or to increase their capacity and capability to work together in the community. Thus here we are going to study about the two aspects related to the diversification of productive activities. One is about the cropping pattern diversified. Other one is shift of workforce from the base agricultural activities to the productive activities. So agro processing industries, as we know that many of the industries existed in India are agro processing industries. So these agro processing industries were converted into, shifted to the agro manufacturing industries. Agro manufacturing industries. There is a high difference between processing and manufacturing. So processing industries were converted, processing industry just processing the raw materials, just processing the raw materials. After processing the raw materials to make finished goods, it required the manufacturing industries. Manufacturing industries. Thus converting the agro processed industries into agro manufacturing industries is essential. Thus with the intention of this, diversification is made in the place of productive activities and agriculture. So if this diversification is made, different categories of people will get the different kinds of employment according to their skill. On the basis of their skill, the work is given to the people. Thus now workforce shifted from this agricultural work to the agricultural allied activities. Earlier people dependent on only the agriculture for their livelihood, producing the crops, and after cultivating that crops they were going to sell it in the market and going to get the price for that. Now they learned some self-employments, engaged in the self-employment, diversified the activities, agricultural agro-based activity into manufacturing activity and some income earning activities. So that is through the animal husbandry, fisheries and horticulture were introduced. As you know that sericulture, horticulture, fisheries and animal husbandry, flower making, pot making, many of the self-employment opportunities were increased. It is because of diversification of agricultural activities into productive activities. Agro based industries were shifted towards the manufacturing industries. Agricultural this based industries said to be the agro based industries. So that agro based industries again started the agriculture and agricultural allied activities. Agricultural and non-agricultural activities. Instead of growing the crop, they engaged in the animal husbandry, rearing of animals, cows or sheep or goats for the purpose of this animal husbandry gives the more income to the people. That will increase the employment opportunities. People will increase their income, standard of living. So that will reduce the poverty and increases the stability in the village people and village area. Thus even the fisheries, people may engage in the fisheries. From that also they can gain something and they can sell the fishes to the market and directly they can get some income and raise their income. Then it will also create the employment opportunities and income to the people. Horticulture, as you know that horticulture mainly for the vegetables and fruits, growing of vegetables and fruits. Mainly it is relates to the growing of vegetables and fruits, horticulture. So vegetables and fruits were growing in the different parts of the country. They can do the commercialize these agriculture work to the agricultural allied activity, that is agro based industries from the manufacturing industries. Either unable to do these manufacturing activities also, they can shift their work from agriculture to the animal husbandry, fisheries, horticulture and other allied activities. Thus diversification into productive activities gives more strength to the agriculturists and rural farmers to the rural people to build strong economy and build themselves a strong whatever income they can increase and employment opportunities they can increase. Next we have to see what are the advantages of diversification into productive activities. So the main advantage of diversification into productive activities is, first one is it creates employment opportunities. Employment opportunities. So as we know that agriculture is already overcrowded. Agriculture sector is already overcrowded. Disguised unemployment we can see in the agricultural sector. Whatever the required number of people required for the working is more than that of actually required. For example, 4 people enough for the work means there existence of 8, you can see 8 farmers working in the particular field. So remaining 4's contribution to the productivity is there and remaining 4 people's contribution to the productivity is 0. Thus it never creates the employment opportunities, it will raise the unemployment and other issues. Thus main advantages of this diversification into productive activity is increasing the employment opportunities. Second main aim is increasing the stability. Increasing the stability. So stability of individuals, stability of farmers, stability of producers. Now it will give an importance to the self-employment. Self-employment increased. Then we are going to see even the welfare of the people increased. Welfare in the sense economic welfare of the people increased. It is because of diversification of product from agriculture to agricultural allied activities. Stability, economic stability of the country increased. Overall income increased. Self-employment rate increased. Welfare of economic welfare and social welfare together increased. Economic and social welfare increased. Employment opportunities increased. Together with this gross domestic product increase means productivity increased. So at last overall economic development happened together with the diversification into productive activities. Agricultural crowdness decreased and people become more aware about the agriculture and agricultural allied activities. Commercialization of agriculture happened and it given more importance to the rural development. Rural development happened. It is because of converting the agricultural activities to the manufacturing and other agricultural allied activities. Animal husbandry gives the good income to the people, so they can do the self-employment. So never dependent on others, they can do their own work at free times. And fisheries, horticulture, it will increase the efficiency of the farmers or workers. Thus now workforce shifted from agro processing and agricultural related activities to the manufacturing activities, and both agro based and manufacturing activities to the agricultural allied activities. Now people came to know it is better to do the self employment instead of the other kind of employment. Thus main advantages behind the diversification into productive activity is it increases standard of living, decreases the poverty, increases employment opportunities, and it also increases self-employment opportunities to the women. So status of women increased and standard of living of women increased. It is because of the diversification into productive activities. Most of the cases women were going to do these works. So because they can do the animal husbandry, horticulture, growing of vegetable fruits and sale of this. So directly they can earn some income and they will be self-sufficient. Thus due to the diversification, whole economy and rural development happened, economic changes happened in India. Thus it is the main intention behind the rural development. Rural employment should be increased, rural people's standard of living should be improved, then only it is said to be the country's development happens. Rural development means village economies development. Once the village economy develops, ultimately it will lead to development of our country, because India is full of villages. Thus village economy should be developed, then only we can say and we can claim that our country will be stabilized and developed. Rural development is essential with the development of whatever the agriculture and agricultural allied activities. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.